So, we discuss about the paramagnetism. Okay. So, susceptibility of paramagnetic material, it's m by h that we have expressed at c by t. C is Curie constant and this law is called Curie law, and the C value is basically C equal to n number of atoms per unit volume or number of dipole moment per unit volume, n mu square mu 0 divided by 3 kb divided by 3 kb. So, so that expression we received for basically from that in general formula, this m by ms equal to Lenzman's function. So, Lenzman's function was basically this form was cot hyperbolic alpha minus 1 by alpha, right, where alpha was the mu b by kbt, right. And this is general. Now, we assume that L is very less than 1, means low field, high temperature. In this condition we get this expression. So, this expression is quite good. Agreement with the experimental result. So, this so paramagnetic material, this it's basically observed at mainly at higher temperature. It's not observed at very low temperature, but there are some materials, complicated materials, it's observed also at low temperature. So, that is the special case, but in general it's paramagnetism is the phenomena at generally at relatively higher temperature. So, under this condition one can get this, and this expression, this formula is quite good for most of the experimental result of paramagnetic material. So, in general this, as I mentioned, at alpha, this Lenzman function. So, this it varies, this basically it is equal to m by ms. So, it varies like this. So, this alpha means this side is lower temperature, this side it is higher temperature. So, at lower temperature it goes towards the saturation, right, and at this condition we get basically the tangent at higher temperature, and this curve is, this straight line is for L by 3. So, this Lenzman function becomes L by 3 under this condition that one can show from the expression of this Lagrange function. Okay. So this is the expression we got from the classical theory, Lagrange theory. That is basically Lagrange theory is classical theory. Here so in this theory what we have used, that paramagnetic gas moments can rotate freely in the material. So that was the assumption, and now we will see the quantum theory for paramagnetism. And in quantum theory, whatever here, this main difference between this classical concept and this quantum concept is that this rotation of this moment, dipole moment in space, as considered for paramagnetic gas, it can rotate in any direction. Okay. It can so there is no restriction on it, it is free to rotate, okay, in its own way. But in quantum theory it is considered that quantum theory, so there is a restriction on this free rotation. So that this restriction comes basically from the quantization of the angular momentum, in space, right. So if this total angular momentum is j, the total angular momentum is j of this dipole moment, or this angular momentum and corresponding dipole moment of this whatever dipole we are considering for in case of paramagnetic gas, these atoms having the permanent dipole moment. So that dipole moment is corresponding to, it is for this total angular momentum j. So then the j value, j in space about a particular direction, so it is quantized in such a way, so it cannot take any direction, j cannot take any direction, it can take in space, okay. It is quantized in space in such a way that the projection of this angular momentum on this particular direction, it will be some integer value, okay. So this we write, this is mj, this quantization, quantum number, magnetic, we tell magnetic quantum number, right, mj. So this will be in such a way that mj will take value from plus j to minus j, right. So it will have two, mj will take 2j plus 1 number of value. So it is so if mj equal to 2, j equal to 2, so mj will be 5, mj will have 5 value. So mj will be 2 plus 2 plus 1 0 minus 1 minus 2, right, 5 value. So, that mj value is okay. Okay. So, this projection of this j equal to 2, j equal to 2 projection on this direction, it will be 0, projection of this j, magnitude is same, direction are different. So, projection will be on this, will be, this is plus 1, okay, and this another one plus 2. So, this will be minus 1, and this here projection here it will be minus 2. Okay. So, that means here this j is directed along this direction, this negative direction, here it is positive direction. So, when equal to j equal to plus 2 or minus 2, this it is completely aligned, this angular momentum, this completely aligned along this fixed direction. So, this fixed direction is generally we take when we apply magnetic field. So, this fixed direction in space, this generally take the direction of the magnetic field. Okay. So, before applying magnetic field, okay, so this magnetic moment of this atom, paramagnetic atom. So, in space is it can orient only in this number 2j plus 1. Okay. So, it cannot orient of infinite number, means orient in all possible direction, it is not possible. So, whatever considered for the classical theory. So, in quantum theory mainly this the quantization of this angular momentum in space that is considered, and based on that this theory has been developed and got some similar result, not same but similar result. So, that I will discuss. Okay. So, yeah, let me delete it if necessary, I will write again. So, paramagnetism is basically quantum theory. So, here's this that paramagnetic gas we can take as a gas, but now this magnetic moment is not free to move in any direction in space. So, only it can take particular direction. Okay. So, that is specified by this mj if that magnetic moment for each atom, is mu j. So, its total angular momentum is j, right. So, mu j is basically, what is the value mu j? Mu j is Gj, j, I think I should write capital, this is the total j, I should write capital J. So, Gj, j mu v, right. Gj j mu v. Mu v is Bohr magneton, and J is the total angular momentum of this paramagnetic atom, right. And Gj is Landé factor. It is 1 plus j plus 1 plus s plus 1 minus L plus 1 divided by 2 j plus 1. Okay. Where j equal to is L plus S, right, vectorial from vectorial model, from vectorial sum one can get. So, its magnitude basically varies, j value varies, it have this value L plus S to L minus S. Okay. So, I think this I have discussed earlier, and how to get L total angular momentum, orbital angular momentum, how to get L. Okay. If 2 electrons are there, L1 L2, so similar way L1 plus L2 to L1 minus L2, that will be the total orbital angular momentum. So, if 3 L1 L2 L3 are there, so first you have to find out the resultant of L1 and L2. Okay. Then what is the resultant, you will get 2 3 values of L, then with each one again you have to add this L3. Similarly for S1 also, one has to find out this total spin angular momentum. So this now this paramagnetic atom or paramagnetic gas, these atoms are having this magnetic moment, permanent dipole moment, right. Now this magnetic moment will have orientation in space. Orientation in space is mj equal to plus j2 minus j, right. So total 2j plus 1 orientation is possible. So for so to find out the magnetic moment, average magnetic moment of each atom, one can find out. So how one can find out? So one can find out the average. So if I consider that n number of magnetic moment or atoms per unit volume, okay. So when I will apply, so when I want to find out this one, so magnetization, if I want to find out magnetization, so magnetization, now magnetic moment, dipole moment, total dipole moment per unit volume along the magnetic field direction, that is the definition of magnetization, along the magnetic field direction. So, I have to apply magnetic field, I have to apply magnetic field B. Now, before applying magnetic field, this was the degenerate states, because the J depending on J, this energy levels, these atoms will have energy levels, right. Now, before applying magnetic field, each J value, for each J value there will be 2 J plus 1 degenerate states, okay. That is because of the space quantization. Now, if I apply magnetic field, now this space quantization, this degeneracy will be removed. So, energy levels will be, whatever degeneration, energy levels will be splitted. So, this splitted, this separation will depend on this Landé factor. This is also called splitting factor, right. Spectroscopic splitting factor, it decides the magnitude of the splitting of the energy levels on application of the magnetic field. So, here we will get 2 J plus 1 number of energy levels, right. Now, what will be the energy of those levels? That is basically if you have mu j, so energy will be mu j dot b, so minus sign, this is basically potential energy. These states are going up or down, so its energy will change, that is basically potential energy will change. So, that mu j dot b, so that is that we can write mu j equal to this, so minus G j J mu v okay, dot b. Now, this is basically J dot b. So, this is the quantization. So, quantization along this magnetic field direction. So, it will be, so this will be G j. So, this we basically write, so J dot B. So, along B direction, what is the J component, right. So, J component is mj, so we can write mj mu v b, right. So, this will be the potential energy or the splitting of the energy levels depending on the mj value for different mj value, right. So, we will get different energy. So, that is basically the energy of different levels. So, 2j plus 1 number of energy levels having different energy will get, G j, m j, mu v, v. So, m j having 2j plus 1 number. So, now this system will have, so I have identical atoms, right. All atoms are having this mu j dipole moment, right. When it will have mu j dipole moment, so there are 2j plus 1 number of energy levels. So, these atoms will be distributed, okay, among these energy levels, among these energy levels, right. So, that is the Boltzmann statistics. Boltzmann statistics will tell us that how they are distributed among this energy. Okay. So, this energy specified by this magnetic field, right. Because of magnetic field, these are energy levels. Now, because of kinetic energy, because of thermal energy, okay, because of thermal energy, so these atoms, paramagnetic atoms, how they will distribute it among these energy levels. So, that is you know, that is factor, Boltzmann factor. So, E minus exponential E minus energy by kT, right. So, this is very important statistics factor which, so this E in our case, what is this? This is the E energy, right. So, I can write exponential, so minus plus Gj Mj mu v p, right, by kBt. Okay. So, for one atom, for one moment, this is the factor probability to occupy a state, right. Okay. So, I have total, okay. So, and what will be the energy of this one? So, this is the probability of that atom to have this one energy level, okay. And what is the energy? Energy is Gj minus Gj Mj mu v b. So, that is the energy, okay, that is the energy, and that is the probability. So, now I have to take summation sum over minus j to plus j, right, because Mj value can take minus j to plus j. So, I have to take sum over this. So, I will get basically for all energy states average this energy I will get. So, then I have to divide by this total probability J2 plus J, okay, exponential Gj Mj mu v b by kBt. So, this is the total probability. So, I have divided by this. So, this will give me average dipole moment, of this of the atom along the field direction, right. So, now my magnetization M will be equal to, this is the average of one atom, right. So, if I have n number of atoms per volume, so I will multiply with n. So, then that is the magnetization. So, magnetic moment, total magnetic moment per unit volume along the magnetic direction. Okay. So, here we have considered this term has come to get the component Mj along the magnetic field direction, and this temperature, these factors are there, right. So, this is the magnetization. So, that we have to evaluate. So, now whether I should do the steps or I should leave for you. Well, so this here basically magnetization I got. Now, this is the expression. Now, if we consider two cases, one is as we have considered earlier, alpha is very greater than 1 and alpha is very greater than less than 1. So, if we consider this term is very greater than this term, means no, just opposite. This term is very less than this term, means low field and high temperature. If we consider, that means Gj, Mj, mu v, b, this is by kBt, if it is very less than 1. Okay. So, earlier this type of things we have done. Okay. So, this will be this exponential term, it will give you 1 plus x, right, e to the power x, x is very less than 1. So, I can write 1 plus x, this one 1 plus x. So, sum over minus j to j, that is there. So, basically I can take out Gj mu v, because the j is basically its variation of Mj. So, just I have to keep Mj inside. So, Gj mu v I can take out from the summation, Gj mu v, even I can take b, and then sum over this here Mj, and here I am writing 1 plus x, means Gj Mj mu v b divided by kT, kBt. Okay. Similarly, here I can write 1 plus sum over 1 plus Gj Mj mu v b by kBt, right. So, from here I am getting this is there. So, 1 means sum over Mj, this is one term, this sum over Mj plus this, and here I will get Mj square, here I will get Mj square, right. So, sum over Mj is 0, because minus j equal to minus j to plus j, right, minus j to plus j. So, like you remember, if it is Mj equal to j equal to 2, so Mj will be minus j, so plus j to minus j, so 2, 1, 0, minus 0, minus 1, minus 2, right. So, sum over of Mj will be 0. So, this term Mj, this term will be 0. So, other term I will get other term. So, I can write Gj square mu b square, right, and then I am getting b square, some h value is there, b square by kBt, and here what I am getting, this summation over Mj, this part will be 0. Now, sum over 1 minus j2 plus j, right. So, sum over 1, this will give 2j plus 1, this will give 2j plus 1. So, below I will get 2j, sorry, below I will get 2j plus 1. So, this will be the under this condition. So, I have to put n, here. So, then this will be the m, right. This will be the m. So, one mistake I have done, I do not know what I have done. So, it will not be b square, it will be b. So, yes, okay. So, that mistake is here. So, here this it will not be b, this not what is this gj, oh okay, gj mj mu v, okay. So, here I am not finding out the energy, right. I am finding out the average magnetic moment along the magnetic field direction, right. So, average mu j, basically average mu j along the field direction. So, this is the gj j mu v. So, j I have replaced by mj, because along the magnetic field direction mj mu v. So, this b will not be there, this b will not be. If I put b, then I am finding out the average energy, So, it is not average energy, because magnetization is not average energy, is the average magnetic moment along the magnetic field direction, okay. So, this basically mj mu j, average mu j, this way we are finding out average mu j. So, that is why this b square has come. So, this b square will not be there. So, it will be b, okay. So, what I got? I got basically I can write here. So, under this assumption, right. So, I got m equal to gj, I got n, I got n, this b I can write mu 0 h, and then I can write gj mu v, gj square mu v square, right. divide by 2j plus 1 kV t. So, gj mu v. So, I think I am little bit hurry. So, that is why I am doing mistake. So, from here what we have to find out, this part 0, and this I have gj square plus into mu b square into b, right. Now, and n was there, fine, but here what I have not taken, this summation of mj square. So, here this term summation of mj square, okay. So, summation of mj square, it is basically mj equal to j 2 minus j value, 2j plus 1 term. So, summation it will be j square plus j minus 1 whole square plus j minus 2 whole square, right. And so, since it is square, so minus j square is j square. So, it will be 2. So, this will give us 2 into j square plus j minus 1 whole square plus j minus 2 whole square. Okay. So, up to 1 term up to 1. So, this 1 square. So, it is basically 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square up to j square. So, the summation of this one, it gives j plus 1 into 2 j plus 1. So, the summation of this series will give j and 2 will be there, that 2 is coming as I told this j square and this minus j square. So, minus j square. So, this j square plus j square. So, that for each term it will come 2. So, 2 sorry, so this I think I should, so this kbt, I should write kbt here. So, this will give me j 2 into j plus 1, 2 j plus 1, right. So, this summation of the series divide by 6, okay. So, this is the summation 1 square plus 2 square plus 3 square up to plus j square, j plus 1, 2 j plus 1 by 6. So, this will come basically 3. Okay. So, that part I have to take, that part I have to take. So, j plus 1, 2 j plus 1. So, this 2 j plus 1 will go and 3 are there. So, yes, now I got the right one. Okay. So, here P effective something I am writing, P effective equal to square root of j plus 1, j plus 1 and gj. Okay. Gj. Now, P effective square mu v square. Okay. So, if you see earlier, so whatever mu in case of this parametric, this classical theory. So, this whatever mu we took. So, now that is coming in terms of like this. So, from here we can see, so this I can write n, then P effective mu square, mu v square and then mu 0 right, divide by 3 kV 1 by t, I am writing 1 by t. Okay. So, now this I can write as a c by t, where c is this. So, earlier whatever c was there, so it is similar term where only difference this P effective. So, this called effective Bohr magneton, effective number of Bohr magneton, okay, effective number of Bohr magneton. This is called effective number of Bohr magneton, BOHR Bohr magneton, right, effective number of Bohr magneton. And this chi will be H, I have not written here, H I have not written here. So, H I have to take out this side. So, this I have to write chi equal to this, okay, m by H. So, this chi equal to this C by T. So, C is this where effective Bohr magneton is there. Effective Bohr magneton, number of Bohr magneton is this one. Okay. So, this is very important because it gives this effective number of Bohr magneton, because you see this we write mu V, right, L mu V or ml mu V. Okay. So, either it was earlier it was multiple of mu V, 1 mu V, 2 mu V, 3 mu V, right. These are the magnetic moment of a dipole. Now, it will not be till this, that number is not like this, now it is different. So, that number 1, 2, 3 whatever times of mu V. So, now that number is this. Okay. So, that is called the effective Bohr number of Bohr magneton. So, this at higher temperature, lower field. So, we got the similar expression where this is the Curie law, but only some difference from classical theory whatever we got, this similar expression we got, but there is some difference here, effective Bohr magneton. Okay. So, this way it gives very important information about the material, paramagnetic material, whether the dipole moment, in dipole moment this total angular momentum J contribute or only orbital angular momentum contribute or only spin magnetic spin angular momentum contribute. Okay. So, this information can be got from this expression, whereas in case of this classical theory, that information directly it was missing, but indirectly one can say from there also. However, now explicitly here we can get about the this basically will tell us that whether this LS coupling in that material is strong or not, whether it is weak or it is not there, only spin can contribute or only orbit can contribute or this total momentum can contribute. Okay. So, I will stop here, then I will continue in next class. Thank you.